exactly. Well, Leilani, let me ask you a question because I know where you are, you all receive federal funds. And so
Yes.
what's the impact going to be when the federal funding is eliminated? Uh, What's the impact on the people that you serve? If you can
Yeah.
very quickly share that with us, that's
Yeah.
important.
Well, all regional centers in California are state funded, 100%. They're state funded. The state receives 40% of the funds are federal,
Mhm.
which means that if you cut our budget, if you cut out the federal resource, that almost cuts our services by half. We're an entitlement program in California, which means if you have a developmental disability and you qualify for services, that's autism, cerebral palsy, epilepsy, what we call a fifth category, an intellectual and developmental delay. If you qualify, you're entitled to get the services and supports you need to meet your need and the needs of your family. If you cut 40%, that's devastating to our system. That will literally reduce the way in which we can serve everyone. And we serve people from birth to death. Once you qualify, you're qualified until the end of life. And so it's so important that we have specialized housing, we have specialized services, we have specialized occupational therapy. I mean, we have just the breadth of services. If you cut half or 40%, that is devastating. And I also want to remind folks that public education for kids in special ed, cutting special education, if you cut public ed, you are necessarily cutting out the entitlement to special ed and the protections of reasonable accommodations in school. So I don't want people to not see the connection between federally funding public school. That's the only place that kids with special needs get protections. And by the way, disability doesn't have a political party.